Thank you for joining me once again. This is my update generally regarding the current situation in Ukraine as of today, the 20th of November 2025. The war in Ukraine, now personally, I believe it at its final stage for obvious reasons based on what we are witnessing right now. The Ukrainian government had completely collapsed. There's no doubt about that. Ministers and government officials are running away from the country overnight. Corruption scandal and investigation of Zelensky and his government officials and their business partners across the world. The most important one is the fact that the United States and Russia had apparently finalized a secret peace plan based on the principles that was agreed by Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin during their meeting in Alaska in 2025. They called this plan a 28-point peace plan where everything Russia demanded is agreed. Even Donald Trump made a statement when he met Vladimir Putin. He said Russia was demanding for too much. But now, because of the way everything is going and because of where things stand right now, they had no choice but to revisit that agreed principle and allow Russia get what they demanded for. We also heard the United States top representatives are in Ukraine today to meet with the Ukrainian army chief and the Ukrainian leadership to give them and share the details of the agreed plan between the United States and Russia. The plan which must be accepted, it is not up for negotiation. I mean, to be honest, Ukraine at this point in time don't really have much of option, do they? I mean, you let me know what you think in the comment section. The Secretary of the United States Army called Dan Driscoll and the Army Chief of Staff are both in Ukraine holding meetings with the Ukrainian leadership. They would table the peace plan and let them know it is not up for discussion. It has to be accepted. If they do not accept it, if otherwise, the United States is going to open up that anti-corruption case and they would implicate Zelensky and a lot of other ministers. That is a fact because now the United States has something against Zelensky, something which Zelensky wouldn't want to see continue for obvious reasons. Meanwhile, Zelensky is out there in Turkey and he would not be returning back to Ukraine anytime soon. I mean, that is what I suspect. When he arrived in Turkey, something strange happened. Something really interesting, something out of character. When Zelensky arrived in Turkey, guess that one person that was among the people that welcomed Zelensky. Please, just have a guess. That one person that was at the airport amongst the people that welcomed Zelensky happily. He even shook hands with Zelensky. Zelensky embraced him, hugged him happily. And I was there thinking like, what? Guess who the guy is? Rostam Umarov. The same man that ran away from Ukraine a couple of days ago after he was accused of embezzling hundreds of million US dollars. That same man was at the airport welcoming Zelensky in Turkey. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. Or shall we say, what a plan. Zelensky was aware of all these ministers leaving the country because he is the king, he is right, he is the crown of this corruption that took place in Ukraine, this money embezzlement and everything. Zelensky is the king. So he was aware of these people running away from the country. He gave them the permission to flee to other countries so that they don't get caught. Because if they get caught, a lot of things are going to be said. So he gave them the permission to run away from the country. I mean, well, that is what I now believe, because if not, why would Umarov be at the airport smiling and shaking hand with Zelensky in Turkey, and they both embrace each other like they like best friends, like best friends that haven't seen each other for years? So why would that happen? Zelensky was so happy to see him. I feel sorry for the fallen Ukrainian soldiers, and I feel sorry for the ordinary Ukrainian citizens that are suffering the effect of all this. The government or the people they put in power are playing them. They've used them, they've sold them away, and it is what it is. So Zelensky was very happy to see Rostam Umarov. He embraced him, hugged him, and they were talking like nothing ever happened. And some of you out there even fell for this game. It was planned. I said it from the start. Zelensky gave them the permission to run away from the country. Again, it is what it is. Let's go back to the front line, because I have a very interesting video to play for you guys. Pokrov and Kupiansk, something really interesting is happening. Something, obviously, the Western media will not tell you, because it opened up the fresh wound and the shame of NATO, the EU, and the United States. We know what is going on in Pokrov right now. Surrounded, and Russia is grinding. The city is gone because nothing is going in, coming out. Russia is now grinding slowly, closing up the whole area. A lot of Ukrainians have surrendered to Russia in thousands. But the ones that are left, something really interesting came to my attention today or yesterday. The forces are changing into civilian clothes. They'll hide their weapon away, hide their equipment, change into civilian clothes, and then put their hands up and start asking for help to cross out of the city. But the people they are dealing with are more experienced than them. The Russian forces are more experienced because they know at this point in time there are no civilians in Pokrovsk. So where are these men, all men, coming out from, putting their hands up like civilians? Now, this video you're going to watch right here, you will see what happened, how the Russian forces managed to bust a lot of Ukrainian forces that changed into civilian clothes, tried to escape, asking for help to be transported out of the city. This is what they call the last kick of a dying horse, or the last level of desperation. These men changed into civilian clothes, came out on the street as the Russian forces were approaching them, put their hands up like, oh, we're just civilians. And the Russian forces are asking them, are you sure you're not armed forces of Ukraine? They denied. No. Guess what Russian forces did? They arrested them, went back into the building, started searching the building, and what they found was shocking. The Ukrainian forces changed into civilian clothes, hid their guns and their weapons and their ammunition and their equipment in the bunk of a bed. What do they call those beds? Is it one of those beds that have like storage underneath them? But Russian forces managed to find this equipment, and let me show you the video. Just watch this video and I'll make a little comment as the video is going on, but I think it's about 1 minute and 50 seconds long. I'll try to get the subtitle on so that you can understand what they're saying. Yeah, let's watch it together. All right, here are the forces approaching the building now. Just watch.
Сколько вас?
And here come the men.
Сколько вас?
They completely pretended like they are civilians. You see how they dress like civilians. Anybody would have felt for this, that they're actually civilians. But watch, just watch.
Где ваше оружие?
They claim they were abandoned. They were not evacuated, so they lived there. And yeah, the Russian forces gone in. Look what they found. Voila. They found the equipment,
Забирай.
the weapons, and the military gear that those men
Забирай.
changed. They changed into civilian clothes.
Забирай.
And these are the Russian
Кроме
forces.
рюкзаков, автоматов
Pick
ничего
up
не
the
было.
equipment, pick up everything. And now here we are. They're going to analyze everything that was in that bag. Look, these are elite forces, Ukrainian special elite forces. They had all the equipment, everything you can imagine. And obviously the Russian man is making fun of them. I wonder what CD that is. Probably a pornography CD to keep themselves. So this is the man that claimed he was a civilian. Look at him. He's now busted. Two of them. And there are a lot of other videos that were sent to me. Unfortunately, many of those ones contained very gruesome violence. I can't show them on YouTube for YouTube policy. I'll try to see if I can get them on Telegram. Here are the men. Right here, they know they are gonna. And they were arrested. Obviously, they won't let them go. Arrested and taken to wherever they take them to. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the situation that is going on in Ukraine with military elite forces being forced to the last level of desperation, change into civilian change into civilian clothes, and try to do everything possible to live and see another day. Like I said, there are other videos that were sent, but they contain too much violence. I can't show them here, unfortunately. But if you already following me on Telegram, head on to my Telegram page. You will see those videos on Telegram. But that it is. For me, I believe this conflict in Ukraine is about to finish. No doubt about that. We heard about the missile strike that was launched by Russia yesterday, the 19th of November 2025. Ukraine claimed they shot down, I don't know how many out of how many that was launched, but based on the videos that was published by the Ministry of Defense and the Ukrainian citizens, Ukraine did not shoot down a single thing. Everything that went into Ukrainian territories in regard to that attack reached their target. And unfortunately, a lot of civilian casualties were reported in those attacks. Most of the casualty that came out from that attack was at a factory, a barracks in Lviv, in the western part of Ukraine, a new military facility that was built by Ukraine. It was like a massive factory where all the NATO equipment and weapon comes into. They get shuffled and get sent to the front line. A lot of civilians that was working in those factories lost their life, unfortunately. But again, why would the Ukrainian government build military facilities amongst civilian infrastructure or civilian populated area? Have any one of you actually asked yourself that question? After this war is over, after this conflict is over, after this special military operation or whatever you understand it to be is over, a lot of people are going to go down in Ukraine because of this act of deliberately putting the lives of innocent citizens at risk by positioning military facilities and military attacking locations inside civilian populated area. Unfortunately, like I said, a lot of civilians were deleted in those strikes across Ukraine. I think I heard about 26 or 27. May their soul rest in peace. But look at the people that are making the war happen, that is making all of this happen. They are living freely. They are living a luxury life. They are traveling from one country to another. But the people that are actually taking the hit are the Ukrainian citizen, the innocent one. What do you guys think? If you enjoyed the update, before you go, please give us a like. And also, if it's the first time here on the channel, don't forget to smash that subscribe button before you go. Have a great day and God bless.